kula, of groups of swans. Preshtham, very dear. Karadhanta, lotus flowers. Jalashayam, lakes. 1 second. Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. In that celestial forest, there were many birds whose necks were colored reddish and whose sweet sounds mixed with the humming of the bees. The lakes were abundantly decorated with crying swans, as well as strong-stemmed lotus flowers. Purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada. The beauty of the forest was intensified by the presence of various lakes. My apologies, my nose is a little stuffy. The beauty of the forest was intensified by the presence of various lakes. It is described herein that the lakes were decorated with lotus flowers and with swans who played and sang with the birds and the humming bees. Considering all these attributes, one can imagine how beautiful this spot was and how much the demigods passing through enjoyed the atmosphere. There are many paths and beautiful spots created by man on this beautiful planet Earth, but none of them can surpass those of Kailash, as they are described in these verses. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaiham Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavam श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथामृतं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखामृतांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगतपते गोपेशा गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते तप्त कंचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वंशकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Okay. Very bold, dear devotees. Again, I hope you all are well. Hari Bol Sharanagati Mataji Sumesh Prabhuji. I hope you all are doing well and safe in the storm from yesterday night. Everything looks much calmer than it did yesterday, so um, I think hopefully you all are safe and peaceful, and hopefully this particular verse gives you something nice to think about in the morning. So today's verse, we are exploring the beauty of the Kailasha Parvat, the beauty of the Kailasha mountain, um, the residence of Lord Shiva. And I want to talk about each part of the what's described in this verse, which is mainly the beautiful creatures of the lakes of Kailasha. But before that, I want to talk about what I think is the most important part of this verse, which seems like a very like tiny verse um, in all of the entire story of how Brahma satisfies Lord Shiva, because it's just a verse about description. On the surface level, this really is a very simple verse, just talking about the beauty of the region. It describes the birds that are singing and the bees that are singing. And yes, it's definitely not one of the most important verses of this chapter, but I want to take this opportunity to have a mind exercise on why um, why this verse sits in this particular passage. And I want to talk about how home is the reflection of our personalities and our identities. If you come into my room, you will see different things that reflect my identity, like my Krishna consciousness, some of my paintings, some of my favorite books. You'll find some of my computer set. You'll find my medical books. You'll find a lot of different things that are a big part of my identity because it's my room, it's my home. And so similarly, Kailasha Parvat is Lord Shiva's home. So if we study Kailasha, we can get hints as to what is the nature of Lord Shiva. However, it's very interesting because Lord Shiva, as we know him, is the Lord of destruction. His job at the end of all of the yugas is to take all of the multiple centuries, all of the all at the end of all time, is to take the material world and destroy it and create anew, to allow it to be created anew. His his job is to during the churning of the milk ocean is to drink poison and to save the inhabitants from of the world from being destroyed by this poisonous chemical, the most poisonous of all chemicals, halahal poison. And Lord Shiva, he is known to wear matted hair. He's known to be surrounded by ghosts and by many demoniac creatures. He's known to be surrounded by so many scary creatures. Um, Lord Shiva wears a snake around his neck. He wears like leopard skin, and Um, I remember once in art when I was younger in history class, when I was in world history in sixth grade, um, my teacher showed a photo of Lord Shiva, and all of the people were very like all of the people who were not Indian were very astonished to see a picture of Lord Shiva. Um, some of them found him very cool for his matted hair and his like beaded hair and um, his blue skin. And I think that really captures how unique Lord Shiva is and how different Lord Shiva is. He is the Lord of destruction and he carries that scary aura around him. He walks around barefoot, he carries a trident, he has matted hair, but he lives in the most beautiful place in the world. He lives in Kailasha. which is described to be so beautiful. A celestial forest with many birds with reddish colored necks, sweet sounds mixed with the humming of bees, lakes abundantly decorated with crying swans and strong stemmed lotus flowers. How is it that Lord Shiva, who is the god of destruction, who is who lives such a unique life, who who dresses in a way that we might consider a little dirty, who carries ash around on his body, who lives among like the funeral pyres. How is his home so beautiful? And so when I think about this question, I remember this again what I said in the beginning, that home is a reflection of our own identity. Um, Srila Prabhupada, once when he was visiting a temple, he found it a little unclean to his liking. And um, the devotees, kind of mentioned, we're cleaning on a regular basis, Srila Prabhupada, and we try to keep it clean. And Srila Prabhupada made this point that how can a place stay clean if our inner minds, our inner hearts are not clean as well? And so I think Kailasha and Lord Shiva are the perfect example of what it means for a beautiful heart and a clean heart, a pure heart, transforming everything around you. So Lord Shiva, outwardly, externally, he might have matted hair, he might wear ashes on his body, he might have snakes all around him, he might be very scary, he carries a trident, he's the god of destruction, all of this. He has very interesting, unique followers, among which are ghosts and jinns and all kinds of creatures. Um, but Lord Shiva, internally, in his heart, he is so pure, so clean, because of all of the love he has in his heart. Um, he's able to transform the the world of Kailash into this beautiful place. So it feels very interesting that the Lord of Destruction and all of this will be in such a beautiful place, but that is a reflection of his own identity and his own love for Krishna that has transformed Kailash into a beautiful place that even the demigods find joy in and they envy because of the beauty in his heart. And so um, I want this to be an exercise for us to reconsider or to reaffirm or to remind ourselves of the beauty of Lord Shiva because because of his transformed heart, because of his devotion to Krishna, because of his kind heart. Right? I mentioned him drinking halal poison because of his generosity of spirit in putting himself first to take on halal poison, the most poisonous of all poisonous chemicals of all, to drink it for the betterment of all humanity, to save all of humanity. Um, he, because of his beauty of identity, is able to transform Kailash. So I'd also ask you, how is your home a reflection of your identity? How is your room? How is um, the place that you have been given by Krishna's mercy? How is it a reflection of your identity and who you want to become? I try to keep it clean. Sometimes it doesn't become clean because of all of the thoughts in my head. And so Lord Shiva's home of Kailash is a good reminder for me that if my mind is not organized, then my room is not going to be organized. If my mind is not completely clean and accounted for, then it's going to show up in my home. And so, Lord Shiva, Outwardly, he might seem a certain way, but inwardly, because of his clean spirit, his pure heart, Kailash is transformed into a beautiful place. Another metaphor for Lord Shiva in this verse is that of the strong stemmed lotus flowers. And so it's mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita in chapter 5 that the lotus flower is a metaphor for the sage or the devotee who rises above all of the anarthas, all of the offenses, all of the negative qualities one may have or others may say of him, and rises above it to become a beautiful flower, right? Like the lotus flower, it rises above the mud, above the leek, above all of these contaminating features to be this beautiful, beautiful lotus flower with the golden root inside. And similarly, Lord Shiva, he he rises above the anger and the hatred and the criticism of Daksha, like a lotus flower, like the lotus flowers in his beautiful Kailash, to rise above it, um, and to stay steady among it. So we can learn that from this beautiful passage. Lord Shiva is found meditating on Krishna, um, and he only arises when he's um, when the demigods and Lord Brahma come to meet him. Okay. And one other things I wanted to mention, but that was this was the main point of my verse for today. I also did want to talk about how there are birds whose necks were colored reddish, and how there are so many millions of species in this world, and how Krishna's genius has brought so many. You know, we look around and there's so many different creatures, so many different types of humans, so many beautiful things in this world, and it's such a diverse place we live in, and that is all due to Krishna's blessing. The hummingbees, the swans, um, we live right, and one thing that is mentioned in the previous verse is that Kailash has a special significance. It is almost like the residence of Lord Krishna. And so when we think about Kailasha, we can try to imagine how beautiful the the Goloka is, how beautiful Krishna's world is, Krishna Loka is, from the descriptions of Kailash. Another thing I want to talk about and just walk everyone through in the last 2 minutes I'll take is how sometimes we go around life not noticing things. Um, Here we have a description of the birds, of the sweet sounds of the hummingbees, of the crying swans, and the beautiful lotus flowers. We think that when we go somewhere, when we go to a waterfall, when we go to a beautiful sunset, we will notice things around us. When we go to a beautiful beach, when we have nothing to do, then we will sit and we will listen. But here is an example where there are so many sounds that are just put in this verse. This verse is all about sounds of hummingbees, of of uh, of crying swans, etc., of birds. And so I want to take a minute to just meditate on all of the sounds around us now. Right now, I can hear some baby birds like chirping away, calling their mom for some food. I can hear my mom in the kitchen. I can hear some generator because in the back of our house because there is no electricity. And so there are so many sounds around us. And sometimes we're not present. And if we're not present for the sounds around us, we can't be present for the most important sound of all, the Maha Mantra. And so, just like this verse is reminding us to be present in the moment, to listen, what is happening around us? And if we are not present, then we cannot be present for Krishna. And so, that's all I have to say for today. I hope you all found maybe one thing of value from this 20-minute lecture. I hope you all are safe. Have a wonderful 4th of July, Independence Day. Thank you all so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Jayaprakash Prabhu or Satyabhama Mataji or Simesar Prabhu, if you want to close.
Jagannath Prabhu, you can close it. No problem. Haribo.
So let's offer prayers to Nrsimhadev to protect us in these challenging times by praying Sri Nrsimha, Jaya Nrsimha, Jaya Jaya Sri Nrsimha, Prahlade Sujaya Padma Mukha Padma Bringam, Ugram Viram Mahavishnu
Raviram
Jalantam
Mahavishnu
Sarvatam,
Jalantam Sarvatomukham
Visanam Rudram
Lakshminam
Mrityum
Vishnu
Mrityum Namami Ham,
Namami.
Shri Bhagavan Ki Jai. Let's
Jai.
also chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra 3 times, like we always do. Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Hare.
Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
And also pay at the lotus feet of all Vaishnavas by saying Vancha Kalpataruvasya
Vanchakalpatarubhasya
Sindhu
Krupasindhuvaivacha
Patidanam
Patitanam
Pavanebhyo
Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo
Vaishnava.
Namah.
As you all know,
Vaishnava.
in the Japathon, Bahuda is postponed to tomorrow, Saturday. So hope to see you all Saturday evening, same time, but a day later, because there is no power in the temple, and also Plainfield Township has reduced a state of emergency. So the fireworks and everything from Plainfield is postponed from 4th of July today to a different date. So hope to see you all tomorrow, 5th July, Saturday, 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. for Bahuda Yatra and Sunavesh Darshan. Thank you so much. Dandot Pranam. Hare Krishna. Srimad
Hare Krishna.
Bhagavatam Ki Jai.
Jai.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, everybody. Haribo. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Vanchakalpatarubhasya kripa sindhuvaya
Pasindhuvaivacha Patitanam
patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo
Vaishnavebhyo Namo
namah
Namah.
Vaishnavinda ki jai
Jai.
Yantra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai Srila Prabhupada
Jai.
ki jai Gaur
Jai.
Premanande
Hari Hari Haribo.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so
Haribo.
much.